And we're back for another episode. In this episode we're going to be doing the level 40 warrior quest. So I'm here in the eastern Lanosia, north of Costa del Sol, right here where you do the warrior quest. So let's now talk to Curious Gorge. So Curious Gorge would share with you a shocking revelation about his tribe's past, and you'll get the ability Unchained, which says nullifies the damage penalty inflicted by defiance. It can only be executed when infuriated. All wrath is lost when used. Effect cancelled if defiance ends, and duration is 20 seconds. So okay. So hello again, my friend. It is obvious that you have been anything but idle in your training since we last met. Your progress is heartening to look upon, truly. But it also serves to remind me that each hour I spend poring over ancient texts is an hour not spent honing my skills. I fear my worth on the battlefield is diminishing by the day. Yet I am certain that my studies of the Chronicles will yield something of use. In fact, just last night I discovered how the warriors of my tribe came to be shunned by the outside world. Upon witnessing my people's prowess with the axe, the armies of the city-states began to incorporate similar techniques into their own training regiments. These are the self-same techniques I have been instructing you in Mithrie, ones which call upon the inner beast. The consequences, of course, were dire. Yes, their soldiers became nigh on unstoppable, but they also became wholly uncontrollable, and both friend and foe fell prey to ensuing carnage. Of course, the heads of the city-states laid the blame of these atrocities solely at the feet of my kind, promptly banning the ancient art and imprisoning anyone suspected of teaching it, or so the chronicles say. What I find hard to grasp, though, is that never once during my training did my brother hint at this dark history, nor have I myself ever seen one of my tribe succumb to the rage that the chronicles describe. Could it be that the tales are mere falsehoods, stories concocted by some long-forgotten enemy who would poison our heritage and befoul our tribe's name? Who in their right mind would seek to sully something so pure? And why would my ancestors simply bow their heads and suffer such ignominy? That my people should be so weak, so utterly bereft of pride, is inexplicable. I refuse to believe it. It matters not if these claims are groundless. If they prompted my tribe's art to fade in obscurity, then the damage has already been done. Well, I, for one, will not turn a blind eye to this injustice. If none of my people will give the lie to the stories that have so tarnished our reputation, it shall have to be me. But once again I lose myself in history and forget the present. If you recall, I spoke to you of my former comrade from the company of heroes and the great woolly beast we have been pursuing. The beast remains on the loose, and to toss a pond of salt on the wound, fell creatures that appear to be its minions have been wreaking havoc on the innocent residents of Wineport. Were you and I to succeed in quelling the threat, surely the people would see that warriors are no fearsome beasts but valuable allies. Together, Mithrie, we will win back our proud name. Now let us away to Wineport and meet with the captain of the militia. Okay, I'll just go straight there. Just save myself a couple of minutes running. Okay, here we go. So lots of people gather around here because this is where the teleport entrance to Binding Coil is. So let's now talk to the militia captain. So, my friends, Wineport is much obliged for your aid. The fiends come relentlessly, and what few able-bodied men we have find themselves hopelessly overmatched. Indeed, the western gates have been so besieged that they are currently left without any man defense. Leave the defense to us, my good man. I will secure the western gate. Okay. Mithrie, you defend the town from the east. Together we will form a bulwark that not a single fiend can penetrate. Once the enemy has been driven back, we return here to back up the captain. Got it, Mithrie? Okay. I'm going to just use Defiance, make sure it's up. So, it's to defend the eastern gate from attackers. Okay. Let's go to where we need to go to. Okay. Okay. Or the next one by mistake. It's a good idea to just avoid all the AoEs so you can survive the fight a lot easier. It's also a good idea to get rid of the low level monsters first. Almost there. Remember, there are a couple of abilities warriors can do which have self-healing, such as Inner Beast and Mercy Stroke. I remember with Mercy Stroke, if you get a killing blow and finish it off using Mercy Stroke, you'll recover 20% of your HP. And that's percent, so that's obviously a lot. And when you are fully infuriated, you can use Inner Beast, which will heal you for the amount that Inner Beast hits for. I think I need to update my gear for level 40 because I think some of it's quite old now. Yeah, because my weapon's level 30 and my accessories are level 28. All of these items, like the cavalry set from Brayflox, will last you until you get your artifact, the 45, but the other gear, the accessories and weapon, I need to replace. Okay, here we go. So, thank the 12, you're safe. We have need of your skills yet. I just heard a scream and I fear that one of the beasts might be loose within the village. Come with me. So, you monster, get away, get away. So, monster, but I... So, come no closer, Mithrie. I beg of you. I must return to the falls. Okay, so we're gonna talk to the captain, just right there. So, whatever has gotten into Curious Gorge, 'tis true that he fought like a man possessed, but to mistake him for the very beast he hunts, methinks the child's parents have been feeding her a few too many ghost stories for her own good. Worry not, friend, I shall speak to the villagers and clear up this most unfortunate misunderstanding. Do return to the falls and assure Curious Gorge that Wineport is indebted to him for his aid. Okay, I'm now going to go talk to him again. So I'm slowly reaching my goal of level 50 of every single class in the game. So I'm just finishing all of them off to 40 for now, and then I'll do them to 45, and then 50. The 45 quest will be very interesting because that's when I start getting the first 4 pieces of artifact gear. And then it's at level 50 you finish the stories and you get your chest piece and final piece for each of the classes. And it will just mean I have a lot more diversity. Like when I want to do Duty Finder or do anything really, I'll be able to queue as any class I like without having to worry. So hopefully that will mean no more long queues for dungeons, because I'll be able to always queue as whatever class is needed the most. And I'm happy that I've reached a point where I'm now working on turn 5 and binding coil. I think that's really awesome. So, Mithrie, please forgive me for leaving so abruptly earlier. It was a hasty reaction to the situation for which I was completely unprepared. While both you and I know that I was in complete control of my inner beast, I now realize that to the layman's eye it may have seemed that, well, the opposite was true. Mayhap it was a very misapprehension that lent weight to the lies which led to my tribe's disgrace. And if that is the case, then perhaps I should return once more to the chronicles and endeavor to reassess their message in light of this discovery. Speaking of light, your soul crystal, Mithrie, it sparkles. Does the soul crystal of warrior have aught to reveal to you? Any whispers of import? If only they hadn't forsaken me, as they did my brother. Yes, well, I suppose that is that. I must continue my studies and you your training. I hope that you have something new for us, both of us, very soon. Until then, my friend. Okay, so now I'm going to learn the ability Unchained. Okay. And that's it. So the next quest, called Looking for the Part, I'll be able to do at level 45, and obviously looking the part is referring to the fact that I'll be getting the first 4 pieces of artifact gear. So anyway, thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie.